for over 6 months now. Let's go, my friends. Live.
Oh my gosh. Can you, oh wait, you guys can't hear me yet. Hold on, I gotta do the thing. I'm sorry, I'm following the instructions. How's this? Can you guys hear me? Do you hear me okay? Not yet?
There you go.
There we go. How's it going? You guys are beautiful. Do you know that? You guys are gorgeous. So the first thing I want to do on this stage today is I want everyone to stand up. I want everyone to give an amazing round of applause, a big thank you to Landon, Stapes, and Jaden. Woo! Thank you guys so much. This community, this room is incredible. I have done incredible things with my business and with my team because of these guys. Because of these guys. They've taught me how to be a leader. They've given me the confidence to get on a stage like this. You guys, this is my first time being on an actual platform. And I do karate moves sometimes. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about exactly why you guys are probably, some of you maybe on accident, attracting broke clients. Does that sound good? Yep. All right. And I want to help you by the end of my time here, which I have about an hour-ish. I want to help you guys realize that you can call in your dream clients. Clients that are ready to invest. Clients that get on the phone with you and they're like, just tell me how to pay. Does that sound good? Yes. Awesome. So who am I? My name is Alyssa J. Dillon. My alter ego, have you guys done alter ego activity? Do you guys know about the alter ego? Have you read the book Alter Ego? All right. No, I didn't do that. Justin, come on now. So my alter ego is Alyssa J. Villain. And that's why I'm up on this stage doing the damn thing. No hesitation, and I hope to bring a ton of value to you guys today. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I started my business because I pretty much hated my life. I was a CFO. I worked in the accounting industry, and it was super stressful. I had Irish twins. Do not recommend, by the way. Do not recommend. So I was able to quit my job, no idea what I was going to do, and I started a small bookkeeping business. My small bookkeeping business turned into an amazing CFO, outsourced CFO service, where I was booking clients for $13,000, $20,000, $30,000 for short-term work. And what happened is everyone kept asking me, how in the hell are you doing this, right? Especially in the bookkeeping industry, there's some scarcity mindset. People think, oh, I can only charge like $200 or $300. So I went from not having a social media presence. I've never been on social media, never had a Facebook. I was like, Facebook's for losers. Now here I am generating 7 figures from social media, from Facebook, specifically my Facebook group. So on today's agenda, what I want to walk you guys through is I want you guys to understand the mindset that you need to have to embody someone who attracts high-level, high-ticket, high-converting clients. I want you guys to understand the messaging that you put out, your core marketing message, is really about who you're talking to, not what you do. And I want to help you guys understand how to take all of those principles and turn them into practical, tactical strategies into your marketing message on social media, in your content, on your ads, in your emails, in your TikToks. Sound good? Yep. Awesome. So first things first, energy attracts like energy. Can we all agree with that? Yes. Law of attraction. We got some law of attraction people in here, right? I'm a little woo, mostly strategy, but I get a little woo. So the energy you put out is the energy that you're going to receive. So if you are constantly wondering, oh my gosh, why am I attracting broke clients? Everybody I talk to is broke, right? What you shine a light on, you get more of. And so it's funny, I was actually talking to Robin. Where's Robin? I was talking to Robin yesterday, and she said before I had been attracting broke clients all the time and I couldn't figure out why. And then what I did is I stood in the mirror and I screamed at myself that only clients would come to me that were ready to invest. Only clients were going to come to me and they would pay in full, right? So it's all about the energy that you're putting out into your rooms, right? Into your audience. We're going to talk about scarcity versus abundance, and I don't want you to just think about scarcity versus abundance as it pertains to you. I also want you to think about scarcity versus abundance in your niche and in your market. How does this apply to your market, right? So, scarcity. I'm broke. I can't afford it. Do you guys have unmet financial needs? Who are you being, right? Where's your mindset right now? Are you calling in more of that? Self-doubt, believe in competition, fear, pessimism, procrastination, versus there's always more than enough. I'm ready to invest. I'm confident. I believe in collaboration. You have a belief or a faith, right? Optimism, an action taker. So who you're being, what you are going to receive more of. You guys down with that? Good. All right. So I'm going to talk about the mindset roadmap. There. The mindset roadmap. So this concept, this is exactly how I explain it to all my clients. Each of us is on a mindset journey as well as our ideal client, right? We're all on a journey. And if you think back to when maybe you first started your business and somebody's like, oh, just invest in this $297 thing. You're like, whoa, $297, who are you, right? Like, I'm not paying you any money. I don't trust you. But then what happens along our journey, we're like, you want to pay you $25K? Sure, right? Sure, here's my $25K, pay in full, let's go, right? A very different mindset from when you first got started. So if you think about the people that you're talking to right now in your audience, where they are on their journey, I want you to think about, if I'm starting right here, this is the beginning of my journey, my end goal is to be there. Maybe in the fitness industry, that's, the first set of weights I pick up is just 2 milk jugs, right? Because I can't afford dumbbells, I can't afford a gym membership, so I just got those milk jugs, right? I used to work at McDonald's and lift milk jugs, guys. It was the only thing I could afford. Now, I've gone along in my fitness journey. I've walked this way, and now I'm like, $1,800, personal trainer, let's go, right? I'm a member of like 6 gyms. That's a true story. So, when you think about who you're speaking to, when you think about your message, remember the journey that they're on, right? And so you might be speaking to the person that's right here. They're just getting started. Maybe they haven't even grabbed a pair of dumbbells yet. Maybe they've never invested in anything. Maybe they barely have a business name. What you want to be doing is go a little upstream, a little down the road, down here, to speak to somebody who's ready. They've already worked on their mindset, therefore they worked on their economics. Does that make sense? Can we decide there's maybe a direct correlation with your mindset to your economics and where you stand, right? So, that being said, I'm not saying you need to change your entire niche right now. For those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to throw it all out, right? You don't have to change your entire niche. We're going to talk about how you can fix this next. So, before we get there, always check your own energy. Who am I being? Am I being someone who attracts clients that are ready to invest? Am I someone who's ready to invest? Am I someone who knows they can make more money, have more money, that knows there's always enough for me? So I'm going to help you guys with your core marketing message today. A core marketing message that's going to help you have a money gun. You're going to be printing money, right? I can't say that probably for some purposes. I'm just kidding.
Virtually print money.
Yeah, virtually print money, right? Your core marketing message is not about what you do. It's not about your process. It's not about the benefits or the features. Your core marketing message is about who you are talking to and how you talk to them. So there's the old way, right? The old way to create your marketing message. You guys have created those avatars before, right? Like, what's their pain point? Right? Everything that's going wrong, what's going bad? Why is it terrible? Twist the knife in a little deeper, please, right? And we see this in marketing. You guys get the emails, right? Sucks to suck. Right? And you know, that works on a specific audience, right? It does. But there's a new way. The new way is when we speak to aspirations. It's when we speak to a person who's only focused on their goals. They're only focused on their growth. They're already here. They're no longer on the victim bus. They're not on the struggle bus. They're not a victim anymore. They're here and they're ready and they're only seeing that pathway. Doesn't that sound like the people you want to work with? The people who are only here. They're not looking back there anymore. They're here and they're getting to that end of the stage. So we're going to speak to aspirations, goals, positive energy, a growth mindset, right? We want to focus on specific results, specific outcomes. So I actually have some work for you guys to do. If everyone has the ability to, you guys are writing away. What I want you guys to do is I want you to use the new way to describe the type of person that you want to work with, that you get the best results for. It's not about your industry, it's not about your niche, it's about the person and how they self-identify that gets them better results. So my example of this is, I know, actually I have a whole thing of examples, here we go. I get the best results for people who, they already have clients, right? Because they're over the hump of, oh my gosh, I'm scared to talk to people, right? My people are ready to take action. They're excited for growth. They know they need a mentor. They're ready to invest. They know that massive growth is inevitable, right? They're not looking back. There's no plan B. They're resourceful. They're thought leaders. They're problem solvers. If you guys can work on, not even just today, but work on creating this bank for yourself, this thought bank of how do my best clients self-identify? What do they say about themselves? Because people like me and the people in this room, we're not down here, right? We're not down here. We're not, oh, I'm struggling. Everything's so hard, right? But somehow, some way, we're taught in marketing, speak to pain points. Speak to pain points. And so that's what we put out. And that subconscious messaging turns into calling all people that are struggling, please come to me, right? You're broke, I'll help you, I'll save you, right? And your message becomes something of saving and convincing versus where are all my powerful, badass leaders that are ready to get there? And doesn't that sound more fun? Yeah. Don't you guys love having clients that take action? Yeah. Don't you love having clients that are like, I'm not a procrastinator. Tell me what to do. You want me to sit on my head? I will do it, right? That's going to be somebody upstream. They're not going to be down there. So I have an amazing example of somebody in this room. We're going to talk to her in a second. I'm going to read this for you guys. This is a clients and community client who was really struggling to get their messaging down. And she posted in our scale group. She's like, I don't know what it is. I think something's off with my niche. I think something's wrong. And I happen to have a relationship with this person. So I was like, you know what? Girl, I'll help you. Let me take a look at your stuff. So I did. I jumped in to her content, and I was like, oof. Her biggest problem was she kept getting people on the phone that were broke. They were victims. They were struggling. So she had, this is one of the posts she had, one of the first ones that was like, red flag, holy cow. Comment below with replay if you missed the training on how to hit 10K in January. I remember when I wanted to give up after doubting if online fitness coaching was really for me. I was struggling. Every time I posted, I would get crickets. And if I had anyone engage or comment on my post, it was always just my friends and family. I invested in a brand designer and had beautiful branding, but it never made me stand out anymore. Nobody seemed to give any love for my perfectly edited images. I hired a website designer to build my website, but not one client signed up for it. I tried literally a million different things and spent so much time and money trying to figure it out. Despite second guessing myself and if I was a good coach or not, I still had that nagging feeling that this was the path I needed to be on. Can you relate? Right? And here's the thing, this isn't bad. It's just not speaking to who she wanted it to speak to. So I made some edits, right? I changed this post, and actually this person hasn't seen this yet. Comment below with replay if you missed the training on how to hit 10K in January. Hey, fitness coaches, do you feel like you're the best kept secret in your industry? You know your growth is inevitable and you have no plan B? You're posting every day and proud of your consistency. See how that speaks psychologically to somebody who's already taking action, right? But it feels like the only people engaged on your posts are just your friends and family. So there's a little downside to what's going on. It can be frustrating, but you know this is just the beginning of your journey. You thought investing in a beautiful branding and professional photography would be the ticket to your success. And maybe it didn't give you the results you thought it would yet. So if you're ready for a real strategy and have decided you're no longer available for spinning your wheels and trying millions of different tactics, you're ready to put in the time and money to get the results faster, and you know you are a fantastic fitness coach who wants to impact more clients, you do not want to miss this training. If you can relate, if you can relate and want to hit 10K in January, comment replay so my team can get you the training before it disappears. Right? That's good, right? Thank you. So we're going to actually talk to Amanda really quick. So this is Amanda O'Mara. Can everyone give Amanda a round of applause?
Working?
Yeah, stand up.
Hey everyone, I'm Amanda.
So this was Amanda's content that I flipped the script for her. And so Amanda, my first question is, what do you think?
Wow. I wish I had this sooner. Incredible, thank you.
Sorry, I kept it a secret. So why I wanted to talk to Amanda is because Amanda, when she made that post, she was in a pretty rough spot, am I right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about where you were in that moment when you made that post?
Yeah, so this was back November and December, and sales went way down. I was struggling mentally a little bit too, just with sales going down, like not in the right headspace. But sales conversions went from 75% to 15%, and client results were plummeting. And a lot of the clients that were in the programs just weren't putting in the work. I couldn't understand, I've been doing this for 2 years now. And so I was just really struggling across the board and not figuring it out. And so Alyssa came around. Bless your heart, I fucking love you. And right away saw something wrong. At first I thought it was it's my niche. There's so many, so my niche is online fitness health coaches who want to start a business online. And I was like, there's so many other business coaches in this niche now, I don't know how to stand out. Why do I keep attracting so many growth leads? And on top of that, I was getting tons of payment plans too. Hardly any pay in fulls. And so we tweaked it a little bit. I didn't am I answering your question? I feel like I'm kind of going.
I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay,
so we worked together a little bit. We just had like an hour call. It was about an hour, maybe less. And I walked her through this exact strategy. I was like, this is what's wrong. This is why. This is what needs to happen. And so you took this to your ads manager, right? She taught her team these strategies. And then what happened next?
We just closed 65,000 in sales.
And here's the thing, you guys. I won't take all the credit because we have some amazing mentors. But I knew all she needed to do was shift just a couple words. Shift to speaking to that powerful leader who is ready to take action. And she was going to be happy in her business because she was finally working with people who wanted to do the work. There were going to be no more victim mentality people in her programs. It's such a bummer, right? Nothing's working. So.
I want to add to that.
Yeah.
So we also raised our prices, and 56,000 were cash paid in full.
Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. That's good, right? Good stuff. So take notes. All right, so there's a couple things I want to talk about specifically in this copy. First of all, note how I changed, and I can go back and show you guys. I changed all of her I statements to you. Because your audience is selfish, right? It's okay to tell a little bit of your story. It's okay to be vulnerable with your audience. It really is. But don't find yourself in a position where it's just talking about your struggle down here, right? Don't find yourself in a position where it's like, I suck, calling all the other people who suck, right? Like, let's suck together, right? So, a sophisticated buyer, and let's talk about, if you entered, is there anyone who entered the coaching space in like 2017, 2018 in here? Got one?
Oh, yeah.
One. 2017, 2018. I gotta have more than that, yeah? Okay. It was so easy to get clients because our buyers were not as sophisticated as they are today. It was a lot easier to get online, share your own story, talk about how awesome you were, and then everyone was like, sign me up, please. We have a more sophisticated audience. They've been scammed, right? So the people right here who have already invested, they need to trust you. They need to trust that you're going to give them the results. So if you're down here talking about your struggle bus, they're not impressed, right? They're sophisticated. They want to know what the end result looks like. They want to know the specific outcome, right? Your specific outcome always, always, always is going to relate to health, wealth, or relationships. Right, Stefan? Yeah. Let's go. I learned that from him. Stefan's in the house. He has RMBC method, part of what has helped me so much become a better copywriter. So all of my aspiring copywriters, he's your guy. He's like, I hate you. So another reason, if you are in the position of sharing the, all my life is so terrible, it sucks. Can you also pay me? I inspire and get paid by you. So that's why we got to focus in our content. We're going to take a look at our content, decide that we're going to talk about what it looks like to be over here. First, we can talk about that, but let them see the transformation. Let them see the journey, that you know exactly how to overcome all of the things that they're going to go through. Next thing I want you guys to do, I want you guys to do a little marketing. I want you guys to take a look at your website. Look at your blog, right now. Success is inevitable for you. So we don't have to toss it all in the dumpster fire. You don't. What I want you to do is exactly what I did with Amanda. I want you to take that content. I want you to put it in a bank that says needs improvement, right? And aren't we all just a work in progress? We're all just a work in progress. And so your content today is just a work in progress. And it's so easy once you practice to take those I statements and turn them into you statements and take that negative and turn it to a positive, right? So, who in the room believes that they are speaking to a growth mentality right now? Nice job, guys. Awesome. And who in the room can see now that maybe they've been speaking to a victim mentality? So we can see how our subconscious language is calling in the wrong people, right? That subconscious messaging. When the person here, the victim, riding their struggle bus and asking all the other strugglers to get in, when they're here and they see you talk about struggle, they're like, that's my girl, that's my dude, let's struggle together, right? They're like, how do I book a call and get your free thing? So I want you guys to take some more action, of course. That's the most important thing. Please do not leave this room without taking some action. Take some time to do this. Specifically in your content, you can overcome objections of action takers and money makers, right? I call this solving champagne problems versus broke people problems, right? And some examples of broke to champagne problems. Broke people problems might be you don't know how to get your first client. You're not posting. You don't know what to say online. Right? Those are some broke people problems. We want to talk to the people that are a little up here. Maybe we're going to talk about some more things like, how do I get 30 clients next month? Right? How do I manage my team? Work on repositioning yourself as someone who works with the experts in your market, the experienced in your market. So again, we don't have to change niches. We just have to go upstream a little bit to talk to those people who are already making the money. So to summarize this, I want you guys to have the be, do, have mentality. Who has heard of this before? Awesome. It's not mine. I don't know where it comes from, but I found it. Somebody said it to me. I'm passing it along to you. Be in alignment with your goal. Today, right now, your goal is to start attracting a higher caliber, a higher level client. Be someone who's ready to take payment. Be someone who makes your payments on time, right? Who are you being? Do the things that people who attract high-level clients would do. Be the person that takes action. And then have, only then will you have those clients. It is not the other way, right? It's not that you have high-level clients and then you start speaking to them and then you be that person, right? We don't get to have all the money in our bank account until we act and speak to the people who have money in their bank account. Make sense? I have no idea what I'm saying right now. It is like I'm just, I'm completely blacked out. Does anyone know what I just said?
No, just keep going.
There it is. All right. So I have some time. What I would love to do is do some hot seat. I want some of you to say, how in the heck do I apply this to my niche? You gotta come up to the mic. Oh, I think it needs to be turned on.
Testing.
Yeah, get in line, folks. Look at this. I have a line. You guys see this?
So first of all, thanks so much. That was totally amazing. Epiphany creating for me. So thanks so much.
Yeah.
I'm a health coach for entrepreneurs. So your, champagne problems is what I solve.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm supposed to ask questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm having a mind blank as well.
Yeah.
So
Just blacking out together.
exactly.
It's all the champagne.
So anyway, how do you strike the balance between telling personal stories, like what we're being taught to do in clients and community, versus the you posts?
Everyone asks me this.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. Next time I'll have to add it into the presentation. So the balance really is, how do you take those, this is my story too, this is my story also, this is how I overcame it. These are the steps, right? And so it's not always that you can't talk about your story specifically. Here and there, I think it's awesome to be vulnerable with your audience. I think it's awesome to do some storytelling. And as far as the balance, there's no right or wrong. Only post your story once a week and then twice tomorrow. There's no real system on that methodology. But what I can say is be conscious of when I'm telling my story, how is it relating to them, and what are they getting to take away, and am I making my story about them, and how they can see my story as inspiration, but also know that I can take them on that same journey. Does that help?
Love it. Yeah. Can I ask one more?
Sure.
So one thing that I've started doing is starting to reference, before I was talking, I was probably making those broke people comments, and then I started saying, if you're stressed from working all day, then winding down with some Petra's 2003 and a gold leaf tomahawk ribeye steak at Nusser Ed.
Yeah.
Is that an example of what you're talking about when you
Yeah.
say speak to your audience and what they're...
So if I was in your niche right now, what I would do is I would speak to the person who is a badass at everything they do, but they feel a certain way. What is their internal dialogue around how they're feeling physically? So you're an awesome husband. You're such a boss at work, right? You can do anything, but fitness is always where you are striving for more and you want to be better, right? So the champagne problems really with your industry are maybe finding time because they're so busy, right? Because they're making bank at their corporate level job, right? And thinking about the fact that somebody that's a high performer, they need to work out, right? Because
Absolutely.
their body is what's going to help them perform better. So I would work on focusing on those things, not necessarily like you're drinking, this whatever tomahawk shake, all that.
Cool. Thanks
Does
so
that make
much.
sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. All right, thank you.
Awesome.
What's up, Rockstar? How you doing?
Good, how are
That
you?
was awesome.
Thank
So
you.
you and I, we talked one time on Slack
Yeah.
about I'm a love coach, relationship specifically for successful women. And I got what you're sharing, and I've worked with some of the top guys over there. So, but help me out again. My client women have success in all the area of their life, but they have heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't trust themselves to be, my program is ready for love.
Right.
So how do I, again, use the new way versus the old way?
So in your messaging, honestly, so he's a life coach, works with women who want to be in better relationships.
Yeah, new relationship because they don't believe in relationship anymore because of the failure from the past.
Yeah. So number one, this happens with life coaches a lot where they're not specific enough in who they're speaking to. So it tends to be like, I can help you with a relationship, but what kind of relationship, right? So helping like badass women get in relationships with, you know, their equal, their partner that's going to be, make them the power couple. Like, what do they really want? What are they striving for? That's the first thing. And what we talked about earlier is speaking to the fact that, like, this woman is probably really good at everything.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that she feels like she can't continue to move on. How does she self-identify, right? So she's so good at everything. Why can't she attract her equal?
Yeah, she's a great catch.
Yeah, she knows it.
Yeah, she knows
and
that.
so do more of that. She knows it, right? She's confident.
Yeah.
You know your person is out there. You need your equal. You want to be the power couple, right? So looking at who does she want to be in that relationship?
Cool.
How's that going to make her feel when she's in that relationship?
Awesome.
Sound good?
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa.
You're on fire. I love you. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
such good stuff. I'm hoping you can actually help me not with attracting my clients, but with my clients attracting their clients.
Okay.
So my photographers want to attract people who are going to come in and spend $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 on photographs.
Yes.
And I encourage them to do that. I was talking about my unique mechanism where I teach them to exhibit their work and in a gallery style thing. So that is usually, it gets people in the door. But how can they word their Facebook ads to get people who are going to be spenders and not say, oh, sorry, I only want the $200 thing? So they don't have a pain point, for instance. I don't think they have a
Specific to photographers,
Yeah.
it would really depend again on niche. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not this broad, like, oh, all photographers just do this.
No, for
But-
sure. It's like glamour photography, feeling beautiful. It's mostly beauty.
Mostly beauty.
Age 40 and up, actually.
So my example would be maybe like in the wedding industry, right? Like if you're speaking to a woman who is high end, right? How does that woman identify, like what does she want her wedding day to look like? How does she want it to feel? And it's not gonna be like, I'm balling on a budget, right? What types of things does she have at her wedding, right? What type of person is she? She wants the best, right? She's not looking for okay, she wants the best of the best. So it would really depend on, again, the niche beauty industry, feeling really good, calling all like powerhouse women
Yeah.
who like know they're sexy AF. Like something that's just like, again, when we talk about that idea of like your journey on mindset matches your journey with economics, right? So if we're speaking to this powerful, strong woman, then it's really easy to say, like, talk to the powerful, strong woman that is confident enough, that's ready to take action, that's ready to take those photos, right? Because someone who's just dabbling,
Yeah.
doesn't have the confidence,
Yeah.
is also going to be like, well, I also don't want to pay,
Yeah.
or I just wanted the $200 thing.
Totally makes sense. Yeah. Thank you. Good.
Well,
First of all, let me say thank you. You're doing wonderful stuff. My boss over here, our brains exploded because you literally listed everything we were doing wrong.
oh, thank you. Love it.
So my name is John. I'm the CSM for Administrative Attraction or Dating Coaches for Men. Biggest question I have is how do we get the guy who he's got a job, the education, career, everything's set, chasing his goals, he's already pursuing that, but constantly gets the question, you know, where's that lady in your life? You know, that's the problem he's having. He's got everything
Yeah.
done. He just can't seem to, how do we speak to that guy?
What does he want?
A loving partner, someone he can trust.
A loving partner, someone he can trust. And is he good at everything else?
Excels at everything.
Excels at everything else. So you excel at everything else. The only thing that's missing right now in your life is your equal, your partner, right? And so I would look in your niche, like at your top clients, what do they do for work, right? What do they do for work? What are their hobbies? What do they like? And as far as your successes with helping them find that relationship, what does that relationship look like? Speak to that aspiration. Paint the picture for them of how amazing it could be. Specifically, I think you're going to be on the right track. If your mind was blown and you realize that you're doing it wrong, you're going to leave here and do it right. And so focus on your top performing clients right now. What do they have? What do they want? Who are they? And just continue to speak to that person, right?
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. How are we on time, guys? Good? Okay.
The more and more you talk, the more I like you. Cool. You're smart. She's quick. She's quick.
Yeah. He
All right.
likes me.
All right. So this kind of question I have for just people, I feel like it's a common question I hear in this space, all right?
Yeah.
And you look at the industry, in most niches, people are either starting, they're growing, or they're scaling,
Yep.
which means there's usually 3 different products for those type of people. We all want the people who are growing or scaling.
Yes.
They have the money, they have clients, right? And yes, our products sometimes are built to can get those people best results.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens if people are in those niches where it's like, man, like the biggest lead pool, or like, you know, my main lead pool are those starting people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that like they won't buy because that product could help them too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's different beliefs I feel like you need to shift. So how can, like, for people in this room, how can you shift those beliefs? Like maybe they don't have money, but they could find a way to pay for that off. Or how would you
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, I love this question. So the way that I think about this is I think about if I'm speaking to the woman or man that's right here, right? That's already cut along a little ways. The people that are just starting out, they want this, right? They want this. So you don't have to necessarily talk to those people, because I bet some of you watched the live stream that, you know, Jaden Stapes did, and they were like, oh, this person just made, you know, $300,000 last month. And you're like, man, I've made no money. But you're like, I want that, and I'm going to go invest, and I don't even care how much it costs, right? So no matter what, you'll attract those people as long as you stay here in your messaging. I think what happens is we think, oh, there's all of these pools. I can talk to the people who are just starting. I can talk to the people who are growing. I can talk to the people who are scaling. But if you stay in this growth space, this growth mindset, what's going to happen is all the people who are starting, but they're not scared, right? I work with startups. I have women who come out of corporate accounting, and they're like, I don't care what it costs. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
Those are the powerhouse women that I need to call in. But I'm not talking about startup problems. I'm talking about building an amazing company that you love, right? Does that help?
Yeah. Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
So a lot of times we're taught as copywriters that pain motivates people more than pleasure. But it seems like, I like how you're going against that, because it's, you know, your novel argument, that's cool. So, like, of course, pain has to play a part in stuff, so I think you might have touched on it, but what about for people in here like, oh my gosh, everything I was taught, like, it's wrong, or it's not right? Because I feel like that's what, like, at least that's what I thought at first, but
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what your thought is on that.
Yeah, so I think any good coach or any good speech has a little bit of controversy, you know, and that's really where I've staked my claim is like, I have the controversial way. I do it differently. My clients get awesome results because of it, right? So it's not that you can never talk about pain, but in order to know where someone wants to go, yeah, you have to know their pain too. But the person, again, I mean, I can't reiterate it enough, the person who is ready to pay and ready to take action isn't going to be somebody who's in constant pain. They're not going to be the constant victim. And so that subconscious messaging really matters. If you guys went and read a sales page that was like, you're struggling, you suck, Everything's terrible. I know. Hire me because you suck. You might not feel as excited about something that's like, this is your way.
Yeah.
Here's the lights. Here's the door. I have the answer for you to go down this path. And so just because we learn to understand the pain points of our clients and what keeps them up at night, right? That's what I was always taught. What keeps your client up at night? Doesn't mean, and here's the thing, there are people who sit in agony, but there's also a whole group of people that are staying up at night because they're like, man, I just cannot wait to hit 7 figures. Gosh, that's what I want. That is their pain, right? Their pain is that they're not quite there yet, and they know they should be, or they know they can't wait to get there. And they continue to strategize to get there, right?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Awesome. So we're going to keep it. You guys, if you maybe want to connect with Alyssa afterwards, but we got to move on here. So let's give Alyssa a huge round of applause. You absolutely crushed it.
Thank you so much. You're going to make me cry. Can I say one more thing?
You can.
I don't need that.
Oh, you.
You guys, I have to just say one more thing before I get off the stage. I'm crying because it was only a couple months ago. I told Justin, I said, listen, I just got to put it out there. I'm going to put it out to every person I trust, every person I love, that's really influenced me in my business in such a positive way. And number one, I started working out every day after the last event. I go to CrossFit every single day because of this dude. Because I was like, fuck, he's crushing it. I'm going to do that too. Number two, I said, I just have to put it out into the universe. I want to speak on stages. I'm a natural speaker. I'm a performer. I can fucking do this. And this guy reached out to me and was like, we want you to speak. And I was a mess. But just thank you so much.
Well, I think it's pretty clear. That she belongs in the fucking stage. Well done. I am genuinely impressed. That was powerful. You own the stage, Alyssa. Super proud of you guys. So